Hello, welcome back to the channel and thanks for joining us for this week's 180 Tech Chat. The past week has been jam-packed with tech, with event after event of new products being announced from the big players in the market, and there's plenty to get through, so let's go. It all kicked off on Monday. Apple had their October event, or as many are calling it, their MacBook event. They have announced two new MacBook Pros, both a 14 and 16 inch option, with their brand new M1 Pro and M1 Max chips, which they are saying is their most powerful MacBooks to date. They're saying these new laptops will have up to 13 times better graphics performance and 3.7 times faster CPU performance. Battery life is up to 21 hours as well, which is astounding for a MacBook. I complain about my MacBook every day for work because the battery just doesn't last long enough. So 21 hours, bring it on. One thing that is surprising though is that it's got a notch on the display, probably to follow suit of the new iPhones, and it houses a 1080p camera. They've also got a HDMI port, an SD card reader, MagSafe 3 and Thunderbolt 4. They look impressive, they are any content creator's dream, especially if you run Final Cut. These should edit 4K with ease, but it comes at a price. Prices will start at a cool £1,900 and will go north to an eye-watering £5,000, depending on your configuration, which is stupidly expensive for a MacBook. Other announcements at the event included new HomePod colors and AirPod 3s, which look a lot more like the Pros and include spatial audio, adaptive EQ, and longer battery life. And the AirPod 3s will set you back £170, which again is pretty steep. I'd rather take that £5,000 that Apple are charging for their top spec MacBook and build my own computer. I mean, imagine the power of a Windows machine that you could build with £5,000. Are you gonna spend that on a MacBook Pro? I don't think anyone is gonna be, well, there will be. What am I saying? Stupid. All of the big content creators on YouTube will buy the top spec MacBooks. Of course they will, because they're the new MacBooks out there. Consumers, they're gonna buy them as well, because everyone buys Apple products, despite the price. £5,000, 5 big ones for an Apple laptop, or a MacBook, sorry, Apple MacBook. Last week on episode 1 of 180 Tech Chat, we spoke about a UK retailer leaking the new Google phones. Well, Google had a show this week as well, bringing their new Pixel phones to the market. The Pixel 6 and Pixel 6 Pro are now in the public eye, and people are already getting their hands on them for review purposes. The new Pixel 6 is powered by Google's own Tensor Core at 2.8 GHz, backed up with a Mali G78 MP20 GPU. It has 128GB storage, 8GB of RAM, and is proving to be a pretty impressive handset. It has a nice 6.4-inch screen, while the Pro has a 6.7-inch panel and are both AMOLED and produce HDR10+ images. The Pro, however, has a 120Hz refresh rate, while the standard has a 90Hz refresh rate. It's still got to be seen. I'd love to see the two in front of me, a 90Hz screen and a 120Hz screen, just to see what the difference is in everyday use, because I can't imagine on a screen that size that the refresh is going to be hugely different between both handsets. Other comparisons between the two include the extra ultra-wide lens on the Pro at 48 megapixels, and the fact that the selfie cam on the Pro also shoots at 11 megapixel photos and 4K 30 FPS video, while the standard Pixel 6 shoots at 8 megapixels and 1080p video on the selfie cam. Overall video capabilities between the two phones though are exactly the same, with 4K footage hitting 60 FPS and 120p video hitting 240 FPS. Now the two phones look absolutely awesome, and we're hoping to get our hands on one in the future, so please subscribe to check out our review later on down the line. Now there's been a bit of drama going on in the gaming world this week between Dbrand and Sony. Now Dbrand, as you may already know, makes skins and sleeves for tech products, and they've been defying Sony's lawsuit wishes and have began making Dark Plates 2.0, a completely new design compared to the original Dark Plates for the PlayStation 5. Now Sony hit Dbrand with a lawsuit over the original Dark Plates, but the skin maker wasn't really ready to back down. The lawsuit was actually based on an infringement for a registered design patent which Sony didn't have when the original Dark Plates were made. Sony seemingly registered the patents for the purpose of taking out Dbrand as well as other customization businesses, in which my complete opinion is the worst move Sony could have made. Companies like Dbrand rely on people wanting to customize their items, and I for one am all for Dbrand in this situation. People love customizing their items, adding their own flair and personality to them. Now, Sony, do you really need the extra income if you, in the future, decide to sell black plates or dark plates for your PlayStation 5? Do you need that income? Probably not, because you are making money hand over foot from everyone buying PlayStation 5s and scalpers buying bulk PlayStation 5s, and you just don't need the money. Just leave small companies or smaller companies like Dbrand alone. You don't need it. But as I said, the tables have turned. Now that the Dark Plates 2 have been released and are already available to purchase, it seems as if Sony might not have anywhere to go with this one, as the design is much different to the original PS5 side panels and also the Dark Plates 1.0. Well, the ball is now in your court, Sony. What are you going to do? Hopefully, you're just going to leave Dbrand alone and let them make customizable plates for your PlayStation. Imagine you're Sony and you work with a company like Dbrand. Rather than just hindering them, you work with them. You create a fantastic marketing campaign on people's visions for their PS5 and what they do to them and the kind of custom designs that people come up with their PlayStation 5s. You could celebrate this. You could turn this around into something positive. If you think Facebook and Twitter are awful places, well, they kind of are. I always see people arguing, no one's nice to each other on those platforms. Then you're going to be in for a treat with this one. If you thought social media can get any worse, former US President Donald Trump is launching a brand new social media platform called Truth Social. What makes it even better is the fact that it's going to be run by the Trump Media and Technology Group, or TMTG for short. Trump wasn't too long ago banned from popular social media websites following the protest at Capitol Hill. So what does he do? He fights back by enticing like-minded individuals over to his very own platform. Apparently, it's a way to stand up to the tyranny of big tech. Didn't he want to target big tech and use big tech to his advantage in his, 2019 political campaign for 2020 running? Yeah, 2019 political campaign. He loved big tech back then. But ever since Twitter cancelled him, he hates it. Worse than ever. He needs his own platform. But isn't this exactly the same? Stand up to big tech with more big tech. Now, he complained about censorship and how other political movements, not going to name them here, are being censored the same way that he is. But what are we to expect from Truth Social? How many left-leaning politicians are going to be allowed to make accounts? Or if they are, and leave some kind of status or message or commentary on the platform, are we going to expect it to be left there or deleted? Now, we'll see, but I can't see many people leaving Twitter to join Truth Social. Twitch is currently testing a rewind feature on roughly a quarter of viewers. The new feature will enable viewers of a stream to click a button to rewind the stream 2 minutes back. There's also an option to scrub through the whole thing with a button to throw you back to the live time. Now, whether or not this will become a fully fledged feature of the streaming platform is yet to be seen. I personally think Twitch has much bigger problems than users having a rewind feature, like discoverability, for example, or its favoritism over certain streamers who survive ban after ban while others suffer. Now, sort it out, Twitch. No one wants this. No one wants a rewind feature. Who cares if you can rewind a stream? Just watch the highlights that the content creators create after the streams. So thank you very much for checking out this week's episode of 180 Tech Chat. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button, subscribe to keep up with our latest tech and gaming videos, and in the comments down below, let us know what you thought about this week's headlines. If we missed anything, let us know down below as well. As I say, thanks very much for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.